Alright, welcome to our second flip. We just left off with Texas winning the revolution against Mexico and now becoming their own country. And we're going to start off with the Republic of Texas. Now Texas being its own country, it's its own republic.
You're going to fill out this paper that you see right here. You have Houston and Lamar and Anson Jones. You're going to see this video, this flip, and you're going to fill in information about Houston's achievements, his economics, Native Texans or Americans, land policy, foreign relations, and then you'll see Lamar and his achievements, economics, Native Texans, land policies, and foreign relations. The last president is Anson Jones. You'll see a flip about reasons for Texas annexation and the reasons against for annexing Texas. On the back side, which you might have to rewind it or you can see the video again, there are 15 questions that you need to answer along with the front side of the chart that I just showed you. So make sure you answer the front side and the back side.
Alright, so after Texas became its own independent country, it had to write a constitution. And in that constitution, they had to pick a president. The first president they picked was Sam Houston. The reason they picked him were because he had two achievements. His first achievement was that he was general of the Texas Army during the Revolution. Everyone looked up to him and respected him. The second achievement that he had as president was he moved the capital to Houston. His second achievement as president was to move the capital of Texas to Houston. Now originally it was all fine and good that he moved it, but people started realizing there were a lot of mosquitoes in Houston and that the weather was just too hot and humid.
Okay, Houston has 3 economic policies. These 3 things are, first of all, as a new president, he had $1.25 million of debt. The reason why he had $1.25 million of debt is because of the war with Mexico. Yes, war costs money like it does today. The second thing is that he printed paper money. That's a great idea, Sam Houston, but the only thing is that your paper money has no specie or gold. So if you don't have the gold to back it up, your paper money is just worth the paper it's worth. It's not worth anything. The third thing is, in order to help decrease the debt, he created a poll tax. A poll tax is tax on voting. So every time you went to vote for a new president or vote for something new, you get taxed on that. Okay, Houston Native Texans policy. Since Houston grew up, or since he ran away and he lived with the Native Texans, he has a great deal of respect for them. Because he has a great deal of respect for the Native Texans, he tried to give them land titles to their land. However, not every Texan was for this. But Houston was a pal, was a friend to the Native Texans, and therefore he worked with them. And he wanted them to own their land, but like I said, not everyone's on board with that. Okay, Houston's land policies. Basically, African American men, or African Americans and Native Americans cannot own land policies. They could not have titles to their land. As we learned, titles show that their ownership, that they own that land, and since they do not have titles, then they do not own that land. Okay, Houston's foreign relations. Now, Houston was recognized, or Houston had Texas recognized by U.S., Holland, Sweden, and England and France. Now, you're going to write down there's 3 things for foreign relations, and foreign relations means with another country. And that was one about U.S. recognizing Holland, Sweden, and England and France recognizing Texas being independent, a republic country. The second one is Mexico does not recognize Texas. That's the second foreign relations. The third one is, well, we know how Sam Houston had men that disobeyed him, and we still have men that wanted to fight Mexico. Well, Santa Anna's men captured some Texans, marched them back to Mexico, and they had to draw a beam. If they drew a white beam, they were lucky, I guess, I don't know. They were imprisoned for life. If they drew the black beam, they were executed. This is called the Near Expedition. Okay, now we're talking about Mirabeau B. Lamar. Now, Mirabeau B. Lamar was the second president of Texas, the Republic of Texas. And what he did is he has two achievements. The first achievement, he was the father of Texas education. So you guys can blame him for education in Texas. The second one is that he moved the capital from Houston to Austin. Okay, now Lamar is totally different from Houston. Lamar loves to fight. And his economic policy, well, when he came in, yeah, the debt was pretty bad. But when he left, the first thing I want you to write down is that the debt rose to $2.5 million when he left office. One of the reasons why it rose is because he printed redbacks. He printed paper money. And don't forget that the money did not have anything to back it up, so it was worthless. The second thing is that because he loves to fight, he spent money on the war with the Native Americans and on the Army. Now, like I said earlier, that Lamar loves to fight. One of the people he likes to fight, the Native Americans. Now, this guy looks very happy, but I seriously doubt he is happy, because what Lamar did is he moved him to Oklahoma. See, you have the Indian Territory right here. And so basically what Lamar did was he got all the Native Americans in Texas and moved them up to Oklahoma. Alright, so Lamar's land policy. After he kicked out the Native Americans, he had more room for the Anglos. And that was one. The second thing was he wanted to expand Texas. Well, if you remember the Treaty of Alaska gave Texas the boundary, the Rio Grande. But the Rio Grande extended all the way up here. And so you have Santa Fe, New Mexico included in Texas. Now, what Lamar did was he sent his soldiers to Santa Fe. Now, the people in Santa Fe associate themselves more with Mexico. And when they went to Mexico, New Mexico, they said that they were not Texans. They were part of Mexico. So Lamar says, basically, I don't care. Oh, no. Basically, Lamar says, I don't care what you say, you are Texans. And they say, no, we're not. Capture Lamar's men, and the Mexico took them over. All right, Lamar's foreign relation. Like I said earlier, Lamar likes to fight. So what's he going to do? He's going to send the Navy ships into the Gulf of Mexico to make Mexico recognize Texas. He feels if Mexico finally recognizes Texas being independent, that Mexico will let go of Texas, and Texas can continue to be the republic, their country.
After Lamar's presidency, Sam Houston was elected president a second time. So during Houston's second term, he had the Archives War. The Archives War was about archives or government records. Houston did not want to serve in Lamar's capital, which was located in Austin, Texas. So Sam Houston sent government officials to Austin to get the archives and bring them back to the city of Houston. While they were loading the archives into a wagon, the citizens of Austin woke up, drove the officials away, and returned the archives to Austin, and that's where they stayed. And that is why even today, Austin, Texas is the capital of Texas.
So Houston's second term and Anson Jones worked together trying to get Texas to be annexed. 3 reasons why United States did not want to be annexed. Number 1 is a large slave state. Texas had a large slave population, and this upset the balance in Congress. Number 2, it would start a war with Mexico. Number 3, Texas has a large debt due to the war with Mexico. So who do you think would pay for that if they were annexed? That would be the United States. And the one of the main reasons why Texas wouldn't be annexed is so they can have protection against Mexico. Texas is going to be annexed on December 29th, 1845, and they are annexed as the 28th state, and this is a slave state. So they are annexed to the United States as a slave state. Now Houston tried to get Texas annexed along with Anson Jones, and Anson Jones is the last president of the Republic. And annex means to join a territory with another one. And one reason why the United States refused is because Texas had a large slave state population. And this would offset the balance in Congress, meaning if you have more slave states, then the slave states would take control of Congress. And they did not, the United States did not want that to happen. The second reason is because it would start a war with Mexico, their neighbor. The third reason is Texas has a large debt due to the war with Mexico. Now, the reasons for Texas wanting to be annexed is to protect them against Mexico. So you have three reasons why U.S. did not want to annex Texas, and one reason why Texas was annexed, or wanted to annex.